Yeah. So, what is today, in your opinion, the main challenge over recruitment? Let's say, is the shortage of candidates, is a high competition, or the changes of industry requires like new technology that it doesn't have yet candidates for that. So like what would be like the main challenges you guys face nowadays on the recruitment side?
Do you want to take it first,
It
Steph?
depends on the day, Lucas, to be honest. It changes all
Every
the
day is
time.
different.
Yeah. Depends what
I,
role you're working, or it depends. Nah, but
I think at
at
the
the
minute,
moment, its processes is very slow, isn't it,
yeah,
Ryan?
that's
And
what it's
we're
comes down
losing
to.
out on candidates due to that, and it's
Yeah,
out of our control.
Uh,
But like that, it comes to maybe what we touched on at the start, where clients are a bit more cautious, they're reevaluating budget. So it's frustrating for the candidate and ourselves that we're putting in the time, the candidate's putting in the time to do their CV, and
maybe
then
clients not
maybe
getting back.
radio silence for a few weeks, and
mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
the interest might go then in a role, you know?
But I do think it's probably important for us to make sure we're relaying that to our candidates because it's very it can be quite unpleasant to tell someone that nothing is happening. And I think like that is actually really important to do is to update a candidate, and tell them. And it's the same with clients, with recruitment consultants. Like any sort of update is an update. This process is slow, just to let you know, or CVs are still under review. Any update is something, and it's very valuable, I find. But I think it kind of plays back into the fact that the market right now is just naturally a little bit slower. It's not horrendous at all. When we're not quiet, we're kept busy, which is great. And we're always looking to speak with new clients. We're always looking to see where we can help people in the market. But I think from a candidate point of view, it's very important to make sure that your expectations align with the market as well. So I think when recruitment is sort of slow, maybe you're on the move, you do need to, maybe adjust some of your expectations. I think the days of demanding really high salaries and remote working might be beyond us now. I think
Mhm.
people are going to have to start compromising somewhere. I don't
Mhm.
think you can get the remote role from Tenerife with 150k salary
Oh
straight off the bat. I
man.
don't know. I don't know if we can get that anymore. I think candidates have to really. What I always recommend is look, have a couple of recruiters that you like to talk to. Like I think I was saying this to Steph. There's no way that every candidate is going to like every recruiter. Like working with recruiters should be an enjoyable experience. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be working with someone you don't like really, because like you won't like everyone and people's styles are different. So I would say, like, as a candidate on the market in tech at the moment, like, have a couple of recruiters, or even just the one that you
Mhm.
trust, that you go to for information. It's good to know what the market's paying. It's good to know how busy it is. It's good to know, our clients looking for candidates to go on site. And then when you do go for a role, whether it's through that recruitment consultant or another one that you trust, you are going in and you want to be competitive against other candidates, because you're not the only candidate going for a role.
It's true.
And the smart ones will be doing this. Obviously, you don't want to be taking a hit to your income, but if you're looking for a new role and you really want to work with new technology, you may need to make, let's say, compromise on your salary front, or your daily rate front, or you might need to go on site 3 days a week, that sort of thing. So that's kind of my advice at the moment. Like while it's a
Mhm.
little bit slower, definitely chat to recruiters that are on the market. They're talking to candidates and clients, and kind of get a feel for it yourself. And then you can kind of position yourself correctly when you're going for a role. And the market will be like, the market's it goes in waves. That's only natural, and
It's
it'll get
true.
really busy again, and that's just the way it is. And look, it's not to say it's absolutely dead right now, but I think everyone can kind of see from the tech companies pulling out, that sort of thing, and letting people go. It's only natural that it's a bit slower. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's my advice. Definitely stick to a recruiter and get some information, because it's valuable.
It's true. It's true. Do you have anything to add, Steph?
I guess another challenge that, because I've would have obviously recruited. It's funny that we always discuss it like pre-COVID, post-COVID, but before, like that's like I was probably in it 2 years. Relocation was really big. I worked with a lot of candidates who maybe relocated from somewhere in Europe. Maybe it was Brazil. Maybe it was India. That's not really happening anymore. So I find that has become a challenge to maybe generate new talent, maybe because there is a shortage of talent on the market at the moment. Like most IT professionals are really sought after. They might have been let go from the likes of Amazon or Google, but I promise you that they're snapped up within a week or two. They're not on the job market long. So I guess there's pros and cons to it, that there's a lot more flexibility around maybe where people are located. COVID has realized that, but a lot of companies, especially permanent hire, they must be based in Ireland to be a tax resident, but we're not finding people are relocating as much. Which obviously that's like a lot of IT professionals over the years have relocated, and that's why we have such high, strong talent in Ireland. But it's definitely really slowed down. Maybe during COVID, a lot of people might have moved back to where they're from, or might have moved somewhere a bit more sunnier. we can't lie, Ireland's not very sunny. So that's definitely a challenge for me, just because I would have known what the market was like for relocation. It was like a lot of roles people relocated for. So chatting with new talent, that's probably a challenge for us.
The face-to-face piece as well in general is something that I think a lot of recruitment agencies in particular are probably trying to push at the moment, because you can't beat meeting a person. Even like this, it's so different to a phone call, but then when you meet someone in person, you'll really get to feel what they're like. You'll start to build that relationship with them. So I think that's even a struggle, is because obviously everyone is quite, a lot of the people are working remotely, or some people are kind of still not getting back out there, and that's only natural after the couple of years we've been through. But I think for us, we're I think in Morgan McKinley in particular, we're all very much people. So we all want to be meeting people all the time, and we want to have these relationships with our candidates and with people and our clients, that we're putting a face to the name, and we're not just a process. And we're like, there's a lot of chat about robots and automation. We don't think we can be replaced, because the personal element of recruitment is so big, and it's so important, because it's a people's business, really. So I think that's something that we're trying to do. And like, look, a lot more candidate meetings are happening, a lot more client meetings are happening, which is great, in person, which is really what we want to see. So I think getting people back out there, and we're like, a lot of people would have joined recruitment after COVID, and it was very slow in terms of everything was locked down. So that's something that we're definitely, I wouldn't see it as a challenge. It's maybe more so just an obstacle we're trying to break down. We're trying to make it more normal to see people in person again, because I think, Steph, before COVID, candidates would have come into the office, wouldn't they, to maybe chat to you guys, which is crazy to me, because I started after COVID. So I'm like, how do I get these guys out to me?
All interviews were face to face, so sometimes you'd like go out and meet them for a coffee before their interview. So but that people aspect is really important, I think, for building a relationship with our candidates, but also like candidates need to have trust in you as well. And I think that's definitely formed, like you form a better relationship when you meet someone face to face. They're not just a name on an email or a name on a LinkedIn message. So, and you can really kind of delve into more what you're looking for. And you kind of get that more consultative approach. Like, we are consultants. We're here to help candidates find jobs, help clients find the right candidates. So the more, I guess, conversations, the more FaceTime we get, we'll be able to sell you better on the market, like try to find that perfect job for you. And I said, consultative approach.
Yeah,
I think that's
not waste your time.
I think that's why most of the time recruitment companies, they don't scale much. They have to hire a lot of people to do jobs for them as a recruitment side, because you actually have to talk to people. You have to you have this human side that you can avoid, and you can't just put like automatic systems there, and then it's gonna be like boom, that's it. And sometimes you require some human interaction, even though even if you're creating something that's automatic, you still have this human side. You're gonna need humans to help, like the companies and the candidates to match with each other. That's interesting, and actually it's a new perspective. I just opened my eyes right now.
Well, look, it's important, because people can lie, and it's like on a piece of paper. So like, it's really gonna, you learn a lot from someone when you speak to them on the phone, whether if you meet them in person. You learn so much more than what they can write down on a piece of paper, and that's not a bad thing. It could be a really good thing. Someone might, like, there's candidates out there that might have a very simple CV, and then you go meet them, and they're actually, the work they've done is incredible. You know, they're really good people. Their interests are really cool. All this sort of stuff can't happen with just an automated process that doesn't involve humans, which I think is, because I think there is a worry on the market now. Like, everyone's like, "Oh, will AI take over our roles?" But I just think the interaction you get from people to people is just, you just can't really replace it, really.
All right.